Hello everyone, Don here with the next progress report on the War Corsair. The last video I did, I managed to get it out and do a couple taxi runs, and then when I got back from that I was taking a break, and then airport manager came over and said that he was having trouble hearing me on the radio when I got down to the far end of the airport. So I came back yesterday, Monday, to check out the antenna. What happened was I found the antenna connection on my radio was pulling apart, and the fitting just pulled right off. So I've chalked it up to a bad antenna connection. So I come down yesterday and repaired the connection. Again, I'm in the hangar here, and there's planes are still here and helicopters still here, so I was kind of buried, and the weather was kind of iffy and a little windy out, so I didn't bother doing anything. So I come down today to look up in the tail section to check my ground plane, which is a sheet of aluminum inside wrapped around the fuselage, and the antenna comes up in through here into the tail. What I needed to do is verify that I had grounded the fitting properly to the sheet of aluminum. The aluminum was like a flashing for building houses. It was a 2-foot by 2-foot square piece. One side of the flashing is painted white and the other side was brown. And I couldn't remember all them years ago when I built that, but I couldn't see myself putting that connection on that ground plane without stripping the paint off. So I came down yesterday, but I couldn't. I could see it. I could take the antenna off, but because there's a piece of plywood on there underneath that aluminum, that fitting, I just had the hole big enough for the fitting to pass through, and I couldn't see the underside of that aluminum. So today I came back down to trim away that plywood and got it pulled back away where I could see it, and it is grounded good. So what I did is I just did a range check with the airport manager inside. I checked here, checked at the taxiway, checked all the north end. I was fine. Got all the way down to taxiway Bravo, was good, and got all the way down to the west end, which is the Alpha for runway 7. He could hear me loud and clear. And then I was hearing other aircraft in the distance coming in, and my squelch was apparently too low, and I went in and adjusted that because I was picking up traffic from down south of here, southwest of here, west of here, and it was really screaming bad static. I couldn't understand what they're saying, but when I adjusted the squelch, and then a friend of mine was down here with his Panther aircraft, he just left in front of me, and everything sounds normal. So that's a plus. But I do have a new cable coming. This is basically an RG58 coax cable for the antenna. Well, I ordered a RG400 coax cable, so I'll pull this cable out, plug in the new one, and then that should be, it's an improvement because it's a double shielded cable, and it's 3 times more expensive than the cable I had in there. So a 9-foot cable was like $30. So I did go out and do 2 runs, and we got some pretty good wind today, and it is a little bit of a southwest crosswind. It was like 200, 210, and the runway's 25. So, and it was gusting into the teens, 15 or so. But I went out and did 2 runs down the runway. The first one I got was feeling pretty good. I got it actually up to 50, and I held the stick forward. See, the stick is completely forward right here, and that's neutral. So I had it halfway forward, and the tail still didn't come up. I mean, it seemed like it might have been feeling light. But as I got down to the end, I noticed the throttle, it seemed like the engine was starting to slow down a little bit, but I wasn't moving the throttle. So I gave it a little more, and felt like it was running a little rough. And then by then it was time for me to pull off at the end of the runway on Bravo. So I turned off and come back around. I did the second one and got about the same thing, got up probably 45, 50, holding the stick, and I got down in that same spot again. And this time I can tell that there's something, the engine was running a little rough, like it was running rich or something. It never did that before. It's probably pushing 70 degrees here today. It's going to be around 70 for the next 3 days, right up through Friday. let's see, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, yeah, and then rain or cold again by Saturday. So I wanted to get down and try and do some more taxiing, but the engine's run a little funny, so I'm going to have to come back with some tools, pull the cowling, bring a socket, and pull the plugs and see what they look like. But that's the first time I've had any issue with it. And when I got off the taxiway down there, I held the brakes and I revved it up over 3 grand, 3,500 RPM, and it run fine. But for some reason, when I got down there at that power setting, it just seemed like it was starting to run a little rough, and there was a lack of power. I give her a little more power throttle, and the power would come back in some, but it don't feel normal. So I'm gonna have to pull the cowling, check everything over real close. But I mean, it's still free rev fine, but maybe it was just a long taxi at, I'm running 2,500, not quite 3,000 RPM on that 2 passes. So that's kind of what I got for you today. I didn't bother putting my camera on. This is my bigger Nikon camera. I did bring the little one in case I wanted to go out, but it took me so much time to get all this stuff squared away. It's already 3 in the afternoon, and I got here just after 12 o'clock. So I won't be able to do anything more. The parts I got ordered won't be here probably till the end of the week. So I'm not going to be able to get the new cable put in the antenna till this weekend, and hopefully that'll clear up any additional radio noise. And I'm also going to bring an SWR meter to check the output and the tune of the antenna with it to verify where I'm at, make sure I'm getting the best range I can out of this antenna combo. So sorry I didn't video anything, but a lot of little testing things here and there. But it was feeling good up until I started having that little rough running motor. I mean, it wasn't shaking or anything, but it just felt off. It just felt like a lack of power. It just like I pulled the throttle back a little bit, but I wasn't moving the throttle. I actually bumped it up, and it kind of cleared a little bit. And by then, I'm trying to fiddle with that, and then the airplane's wanting to drift a little, so I had to get out of the power, and then a turn was coming up. So I'm just gonna. It's about time I need to pull the cowling anyway and check everything, because I've got a little over 7 hours on the plane now. Where are we at? 7.2 hours. But so far everything seems to be doing good. Like I said, I had it up to about 50, and I had to stick like halfway to full elevator down. I mean, I was probably pushing that much elevator from neutral. I was at least there, and that's full down. And it still didn't seem to want to lift the tail yet. I think it was starting to get light on me, but I'm surprised it's taking that much speed to get it up. I mean, I could have pushed the nose full down, but I don't want to put it on a prop. So, all right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and cut it here. I got to move this plane back out of the way in order to squeeze back in there between those two back there. So, get this place closed up and head for home. And I may have to get the manual out on checking the codes on the computer, see if it's throwing a code. It could be a problem. I may have to put a shield on this for the mass air signal. It might be turbulence on here, screwing with the mass air reading. So I really do need to put a shield on here. So it might just be the problem. So that's something to look into. But I can hook up a tester and see what codes are on this. This is old school. This is 1990 computer, so it's OBD1. It's not the OBD2, so you got to watch the flashes and such. So see if it's got any codes in it. But I need to get the book out, and there's like 3 wire connections that back up under here that you have to find the 2 to jump in order to put it into test mode and see if there's any codes. There'll probably be a couple codes from things that just aren't hooked up, like the vehicle speed sensor is one of them. So, all right, folks, again, appreciate you taking the time to watch these things. Feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns, and we'll keep them going and get back this weekend, get that antenna cable, if it comes in by this weekend. It's supposed to be. Get that put in, and then maybe go out and do another run and see if I run into that same problem. So, all right, I'm going to cut her off here and I don't think I'm going to probably have anything for you until next weekend. Again, I work Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday afternoons, and it's going to be warm. It's going to be nice. But I think they were actually calling for overcast today, and it's absolutely beautiful. All right, folks, we're going to cut her off here, get this thing put away, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Again, thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you.